Guys, it's Shauna with Just Try to Be Nice. This video is on my Scrabbible. It is a scrapbook slash memory book slash photo album slash Bible. And I know you're like, what? That didn't make any sense. But I have a legit reason for doing it. I was a foster kid. I grew up in foster care and group homes. I know, I'm still awesome in spite of all that, huh? Anyway, when you are a foster kid or in group homes, they don't make sure that your stuff gets from place to place. So like if you leave placement 1, you don't always get your stuff. Sometimes you do. Like 1 out of every 3 times you're going to have a garbage bag full of clothes in the car with the social worker. But the other 2 times the social worker's like, "Oh, don't worry about it. You'll just get new stuff at the next place." But by law, if you have a family Bible, like a Bible that's been handed down in your family or that you can say has been handed down in your family, then they have to give that to you. They have to make sure that that goes from placement to placement to placement. So as soon as I found that out when I was like 14, actually I think I was 14 or 15 when somebody told me that, because I was complaining about how I kept losing everything and that I never could keep pictures or anything. And they were like, "Oh, well, you just need to keep a Bible." So I did. And this is my Scrabbible. And it is huge. It's about 13 pounds, maybe 15 now, because I've added a bunch of stuff to it. And it didn't start out with this really cool rainbow zebra cover. I added this as this contact paper because I was trying to keep it from breaking because it was just so heavy. And so every time you opened it, it wanted to tear apart. So then I also reinforced it with duct tape as well. So this is huge. And if I tried to do a video on this whole thing, it would be like probably an 1.5 hour long video. So I'm going to split it up into books of the Bible. That's what I'm going to do. So this is my Scrabbible, and this is just the beginning through Genesis. And this is the cover, and it says, "Sweet Love Our Father." And then you flip it open, and then this is the inside cover. And this is a picture that my friend Mandy drew for me down in Florida. Hey, Amanda. And then these are hole punches. Like, there's a bunch of hole punches in there because my brother gave me this set of hole punches. And so when I want to include my brother in there, I just use those hole punches because they make me think of him. And these were things that were found in my mom's stuff after she died. And this is just my daily moral inventory. And then this is a picture of Haley. And then it says Haley. And this is a sticker. And this is a sticker. And this is a sticker. But this is cool. It's like a fuzzy sticker from the 80s of a unicorn. I found it at a yard sale. And then this says, "If success is a game, these are the rules." Which is true. Because, you know, you want to be successful in life, just read this book and it'll help you. Sometimes the best way to dream big is to think small. And then this pretty picture with more punches. And this picture I love so much because it is a woman who is creating herself. See? She's creating herself. And then this is 12 steps. Oh, my Bible, the type of Bible that this is, it's called a life recovery Bible. And it is all about, like, quitting addiction and not being an alcoholic. And it was given to me when I was 14, when I was pregnant with my son, Robert, who I gave up for adoption. And don't ask me why they gave me this. This is just the book. This is just the Bible that I got. And it was brand new when I got it. And I really love it. Honestly, I really love it. I think they might have given it to me. I was not an alcoholic, I will tell you that. Not at 15. I think they gave it to me to help me to deal with my mom, maybe. To, like, help me have a better insight into her and stuff. I'm not really sure. Maybe it was just that this is the Bible that got donated to the group home that I was at. It was the group home that I lived at when I was pregnant with my son was a Christian maternity home. It was not a state-run foster home or group home because they don't do that. They don't have enough pregnant foster kids for that yet. So I had to stay in just a regular, privately run maternity home that was run by a minister. So maybe it was just all the Bibles that were donated to that maternity home were recovery Bibles. I don't know. Maybe there's a typo in there and I never found it. I don't know. But that's why I have this Bible. And so the next page is a picture of my mom and my dad. And this is a picture of my mom and my dad at a Christmas party at Marriott Coyle's house in 1989. And when I think of my mom and my dad, this is the picture that I see in my head. I see my mom looking like this, although she usually has glasses on. And I see my dad looking like this. And my dad pretty much still looks like that, only what's left of his hair is gray and he has less teeth now. But he basically still looks just like that. And This is just a prayer of forgiveness. I'm not going to read it because it'll take too long, but you can pause it and read it if you want to. And then this is just a little card. And this is a Bible verse that when I was pregnant with my son, or after I had my son, I got to live with this lady named Audrey Rogers. She was a foster mother. She was great. She was a really Christian lady, and she was my social worker's mother-in-law. And my social worker was coming home at night and saying, I don't know what we're going to do about this poor girl. She's pregnant, and we don't want to have to take her baby. And so Audrey prayed about it, and it says that you should take in the widows and the orphans. So she did. And so every day that I lived with Audrey, she used to make me say this: may the words of my mouth and the meditations of my heart be acceptable in thine sight, O Lord, my strength and my redeemer. Psalms 19. And it doesn't say that exactly in here. It's a different version of that. But that is the version that she used to make me say. So I love that. And then, oh my God, I've come to say thank you for your love today. Thank you for my family and all the friends you give to me. Guide me in the dark of night, and in the morning send me all your light. Amen. And that's just a little prayer I love. And these little notes that are here, there's 2 or 3 of them in here. These are like really private notes about like how much I hate my mom and how much she wasn't there for me and stuff. And I've got them like hidden, and I've got them taped shut. So, you know, maybe another day I'll do a video on that after I talk more about my mom, but I'm not going to go all crazy personal with that today. This is personal enough. And that which does not kill you makes you stronger. And then these were on our wedding. These were from my husband. These are from our wedding. And then just a pretty little fairy and more punches. And then every blade of grass has an angel that whispers, grow, grow, grow. And that is actually from the Talmud, which is basically just the Jewish Old Testament, like the first 5 books of the Bible. And then let's see. So then you go in here, and I want to show you real quick. I want to tell you, if you see color like this, that means that I've read this book. Like this whole book has color. So I've read the book of Genesis. I've read the entire book of Genesis. But when I read a section, I will color it with colored pencils, and I'll usually draw little pictures or something, every Bible verse that I read, I put a little dot, a little circle beside it, so I'll know that I've read it, and I date it. So this one was read on 6/25/94. And this one was read on 6/27/2010. And then there's a picture of my dad. This is actually my dad from Monford Park Players. He used to be in Monford Park Players a really, really long time ago. And this is actually straight off their website. I downloaded it off their website, and I printed it out. And then there's a picture. Oh, my dad smokes a lot of pot. And so this is a Bible verse that basically says that God gave us all plants, and all plants are for the benefit of man, including weed. So I definitely had to put that behind my dad, because that's just my dad. And then there's just more little pictures and stickers. And this is about Adam and Eve eating the apples. So there's more there's like apple stickers. And these are more punches. And then this is about Adam and Eve being in love. And this was all read in 1994. Unless you see the pink, that's 2010. The rest of this was 94. And then this is a picture of Haley when she was first born. I actually took that picture. And then there's a cute little dragonfly. And then this is actually... this is Cain and Abel, because this is my friend Cassie, and she was actually really violently murdered. And so I keep her picture in here with Cain and Abel. And then I also there's a really pretty little fairy angel behind her. So she's, that makes me feel like she's, being watched over. And then this is all about Noah and the flood. And so that's why there's like blue, and there's dolphins, and there's waves. And then this is after the flood. This is the rainbow. And the Bible verse is, I have placed my rainbow in the clouds. It is a sign of my permanent promise to you and all of the earth. And this is actually a picture of a rainbow that I took. I was driving down the road. That's right down the road from me on 160, right past the Lowe's. And that rainbow just came out of nowhere. And I was like, hello, pretty rainbow. So I definitely took a picture of that. And then this is just a really cute card. It's got Winnie the Pooh. I'm not a fan of Winnie the Pooh, but it's about babies, Abraham and Sarah. It's all about being blessed with family. And then, let's see, this was read in 11/26/02. And then here's just a cute little picture of Kylie Ann, that was her first Halloween. Actually, I think this was her second Halloween costume. Her first Halloween costume, they were salt and pepper. I made the costumes. That was her first store-bought costume. And I will do this where I find people's names. And like Abraham meant exalted father or father of nations. And so when I find, and Ishmael means God hears. And so what I'll do is I'll take the name. If I find the name, I'll look up the name of something and I'll write it down, especially if it's a relevant name. And this is after the flood. The sons come out. And that's why I've got sons there. And then if the only prayer you ever say in your whole life is thank you, that would suffice. And then this is just a picture of me and my babies. And I love this picture because this is the last day that they were babies. They started preschool the very next day. So that's the last day that they were my babies. And then just a pretty little butterfly and just more punches. And then, you know, as you can see, this is just stuff that I've like really read and I really enjoyed it. And so I underlined it and it was important. And this is all about Isaac and Rebecca falling in love and having babies, and Esau and Jacob and the twins that didn't quite get along. And then as you can see, it's just, you know, little notes and dates along the way. And then there'll be these little, the future is purchased by the present, with little, you know, just little quotes out of magazines and fortune cookies and things like that that I've found along the way that I just really, really, really liked. So I'll put those in there. And then we've got more punches. And this is actually the story of Joseph and being sold into slavery. So that's why I've got, watch out, because your brothers are about to sell you into slavery and have you killed, or try to have you killed. And then just more, you know, just little notes. And then this is where Joseph is crowned the ruler of Egypt. So that's why there are crowns here. And there's a picture of Hannah when she was, this is the last picture of Hannah where she ever wore a dress. She'll never wear a dress again. She's all about being a boy, so she'll never wear a dress again. And this is my mother's hair. I put this in 2003 because this was the year that my mother was murdered. And so my mom had this strange thing about keeping people's hair. And so this is my mother's hair. This is a braid of my mother's hair. And then this is a braid of Haley's hair. And I have everybody's hair because I don't know why, but my mom had this thing about keeping hair, so I keep hair too. Every drink that she chose along the way was a debt that was paid with our childhoods. And that is actually just some quote that I came up with, you know, because I was so angry at her. It says, what defines us is how well we rise after falling. And then this is just a little profile picture of a woman. So, here we go. And then this is just more stuff. And then this is notes on Genesis. This is something that I've done for most of the books of the Bible that I've read. And it's just notes on Genesis. And it's my favorite Bible verse. And then what the most important parts are. Like what I thought was the most important parts. And then this is Joseph is reassuring his brothers and telling them that everything's going to be okay. And like Elohim is Hebrew name for God. And then we give thanks to unknown blessings that are already in our lives. And then there you go. And that is my book of Genesis for you. And I thought you might like it. So there you go. I'm going to probably have to do a video for each book of the Bible since there's so many pictures and notes in each one, and I don't want to have to do a 55-minute long video. So that is my video for my Square Bible for Genesis and the intro. So I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope it wasn't boring, and I mean, I enjoy it, so I hope you do. And I will talk to you later. Bye!